Hello and welcome to another episode of Taste Then Drink with me, Jono Hersey. Now, it is a wintry yet beautiful afternoon here in Kaipo. It's probably about maybe 8 degrees, which I think is perfect weather. It's a Thursday evening and we're going to consume wine 2 of this series, which is a 2020 Domaine Dubuet Boillot. Now, Maxime is a young producer from Volnay, which is in the Cote d'Or, makes solely red wine from the Pinot Noir grape, and he's incredibly talented. We've been importing his wine since his first vintage in 2016, which started off with a Volnay village from a vineyard called Rouge, which is the highest vineyard in Volnay, and then another Premier Cru, Creuel-sur-la-Chapelle. Now, as he begins to take over more and more vineyards from his family, we're starting to see a few more cuvées, which is fantastic because it also includes this little Bourgogne Rouge, or Bourgogne Cote de Rouge to be exact. So we're starting to see a little bit more value. We're starting to see some really, really well-made wines from a very exciting young producer with affordable tariffs. Now, of recent years, it's been really quite warm in Burgundy, and a lot of people have commented on the colour. It's still Pinot Noir if it's dark, and this is far from the darkest Pinot Noir I've ever seen, but just a comment to be made. Times are changing. There's a lot more concentration in Pinot Noir these days with the temperature and the lower yields. Now, 2020 was not tremendously hot, but it was definitely a drought year. So if producers weren't switched on and picked at the right time, the berries would shrivel. Now, it's this absolutely sensational and stellar white vintage, but 2020s are variable. But we've tasted all these wines before we import them, and we're quite good with our producers because the style that we go for at the French Wine Centre, first and foremost, is vibrancy and energy. Now, that usually entails people that pick early and have very, very good viticultural management. And there is beautiful vibrancy in this wine. So let's have a look. Truly incredible, very, very lifted, very, very bright and fresh with lots of violets. And straight away you can tell that when 2020s are on, they are absolutely on. If you put your beak in a 2020 and it smells like raisins or sultanas and it's sort of a bit sort of heavy and dead fruit, chances are it's not going to be a good wine, and never will be. But when it's vibrant and lifted and there's no obvious sign of drought or shriveling or excess sort of heaviness or flatness, chances are it's going to be an amazing wine. The one that will rival 2019 or 2016. So when they are on, they are on, and you can quote me on that and pull me up on it if you disagree, but I'll fight back. Beautiful sort of plum, black cherry, really quite defined, so it's fruity, but there's lovely definition. One of the qualities of 2020 when the producer does nail them is this lovely, I call them sort of luxurious, felt like tannins, and they just coat the mouth. And they still have lovely sort of tension and a little bit sort of high toned, but they do just, they're sumptuous and moorish. And while, you drink Pinot Noir, you can have a bottle and you can still function, you can still work. But you're getting some of that sort of luxurious nature that you want in, say, a bigger red. So it really is the best of both worlds. And on a cool afternoon in Kaipo, I truly could not be happier. And I'm going to go cook something that entails a lot of preparation so I can finish this bottle of wine. And yeah, that's me for the night, and I hope you've all got something nice planned. And you've got a bottle of Domaine Dubuet Boillot, Bourgogne Cote Rouge. All the best.